Doable? Question mark? Oh, finally done with this dungeon, man. Good lord. I think Skyreach and I will never be friends. Hey guys, it's Kussi. Welcome to episode 7 of the super toxic healer experience people know me for. It is 0 to Hero Holy Paladin edition. During this series, I'm not allowed to use the help of anyone and I have to join existing keys instead of making my own parties to help with the never-ending crisis of missing tanks and heals. And so far, we've seen it all. Hilarious runs, plus 2 abandoned keys because somebody went to take a dump until he got locked off the game. We had beautiful moments in Caverns and Skyreach, which I will not show you right here to save myself from PTSD. And we found out that this old man still doesn't want anything to do with Mouseover, as it's considered black magic where I'm from. But while I just tried to yap in order to not talk about the absolute shit show that was last episode, today I promise to be in a more positive mood.
For what? Why?
It's all sunshine and rainbows over here, and you guys are totally right. Who cares if somebody doesn't play mechanics in the 12 and above with the intention of bricking a key on purpose? Who cares if the tank doesn't know the routes and plays more trash than intended to brick a key on purpose? And who cares if the healer doesn't use Divine Toll in difficult situations to prevent death, because that can just happen and is not bricking a key on purpose? Am I right? Am I right? It's just so fun, isn't it? Depleting is so much fun!
Daddy, chill.
I also made up my mind about adjusting the goal of this series to 3.4k, so stay tuned for that a bit later in the episode. Oh hey, also, because there's MDI happening in the time of this video release, which you should absolutely check out after you're done here, please leave a like, cause it's super difficult to compete against those well-hung gaming hunks with their big weak auras, voice alerts and full-time streaming schedules, and yes, I am mildly jealous.
I'm an adult virgin.
Thank you for supporting though. Now then, for a change of pace, how about we go back to a formula of success? The last time I was in Cavern, an undergeared brewmaster monk with a humongous wiener had to carry my sorry ass through the dungeon. So you best believe, I made sure I got one of those.
You're a liar, a cheater, a sinner,
Nah, who am I kidding? I just got lucky.
and a homosexual.
And getting lucky was the name of the game on this key. Look how well this run could go if everyone does their job. Those guys are pumping, dude. Tank doesn't go apeshit and I can just bunny hop spamming holy shocks. But best believe I didn't keep a clean sheet, as they say, because somebody died. And now it's your turn to guess. Was it A, the demon hunter who got charged on and forgot how gliding works? Me getting caught in that very same charge but refused to use bubble because I thought I can live that? The shaman, getting caught in some puddle action on the ground, pretty uneventful but deadly. Or D,
Who?
Big ass nigga on a scooter drinking Capri Sun.
the shaman. It was the shaman. I bet half of you thought it was me. Thanks guys. I bet there will also be at least 2 of you that will try to gaslight me in the comments how it was my fault and how I could have saved him. Or him. Easy baby, finally done with this shit dungeon, thank the lords dude. So let's do a non-easy one. Skyreach is key number 2 in which I got trolled in the past. Usually this is the first pull situation that sets the mood for the rest of the run. And so did this. It's the normal pull, weird positioning as one would guess that standing on the edge here is kinda risky, and he gone. So okay, here's the thing. In a usual scenario, that is a +10 or below maybe, I would never doubt that this is still doable. But on a 12, every death takes 15 seconds away from the clock. And quickly apply my Kussi math formula, 15 times 15 is at least more than 15 seconds.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Believe it or not, the faith in a successful outcome didn't magically return when we got cooked again during the first pull after Rajit. A blinding light went off and before you say, oh, you could have started it. Yeah, I know, I can see it. I didn't see it when I was playing, otherwise I would have done it, wouldn't I? But I have to relax. Unfortunately, I used bubble during the boss fight to cleanse some puddles probably, so I didn't have it ready. Hey, my fault. I should have carried that pull. Now, one thing you still need to understand here. This is coming off freshly from the devastating recording of last episode. So I was a bit bitchy. Disregarding, I was fine with finishing it, even though the bonus roll was not any of my concern. And turns out, even with 18 deaths, an absolute atrocious lust management, because we essentially wasted one on the first pull which we had to redo, and then didn't use it on the second boss to have it ready for the final boss. Matter of fact, we only made use of one of them. and we still managed to end up with more than 3 minutes for the final boss. I'ma be honest, this is an outcome of the key I have not expected. I mean, 18 deaths means 4 minutes 30 of the timer, plus the time you lose in general because you have to play the first pull again, plus the time we kinda lost because we only lasted one essentially. This is beyond insane that we timed this. We shouldn't. As a team, this was a horrendous display with way too many mistakes. This should not happen and it felt really unrewarding. Is what I would say if I weren't jumping for joy IRL because I'm finally done with this dogshit dungeon, even though it seems like the timer is way too generous. Now here's the truth, because I don't know how to package this for you without lying. After struggling to time the first and second plus 12 key, as they were kinda randomly happening during the key brick extravaganza, on a day later I did the same thing and I timed every 12 I attempted. All of them. Most of them weren't storms like the cavern, but still smoothly played +1 runs, and so I figured out really quick that 13s need to be done in order to achieve 3k.
You're joking.
So I will take this time to quickly talk about my experience with Holy Paladin so far, how I feel about the spec and what I really liked about it. To give you an idea, Holy Paladin's gameplay revolves around generating something we call Holy Power, which you can have up to 5 of, and then you spend those Holy Power for powerful spells that always cost 3. While your spenders are very straightforward in a single target big heal called Ward of Glory or Eternal Flame when using my hero talent, a party heal that shines around you called Light of Dawn, and a smack with your shield to do some damage. Yet your gainers are a bit more advanced. Flash of Light is a quick cast that does very little healing unless it's empowered by infusion, but it generates 1 Holy Power. Holy Light is a massive single target heal that even without any empowerments will grant your party members almost full health at the cost of high mana usage and grants a Holy Power. Holy Shock, which is your bread and butter spell that can be used for offensive and defensive purposes, and Judgement, which is a damage spell only, but again, also grants you a Holy Power. Now, one thing to note here. I did play Holy Paladin before in Season 2 of The War Within, and it was significantly harder to play it than it's now. Mainly because the raw healing output outside of cooldowns is just a lot more, but also because you still had Crusader Strike to spam, and I thought that was annoying. I liked the idea of it to have it when you got nothing else to do, but boy did I dislike that it was the core spell to generate Holy Power. In Midnight, this is not a thing anymore as Holy Shock literally replaces Crusader Strike. God bless. So your overall gameplay idea pretty much is to keep Holy Shock on cooldown. Use Judgement for easy access Holy Power, and then spend Holy Power either on heals that are required in a specific situation, or Shield of the Righteousness to do damage. Reduce the cooldown for more Holy Shock as well, and also proc Divine Purpose, which is a Holy Power spell free cast with more effectiveness because Shield of the Righteousness has a higher chance to proc this than other spells. Now, Keen Eye spotted one specific thing. You only got 1 AoE heal and it's a spender. However, you got a very unique mechanic as a Holy Paladin that helps you in most cases. Beacon of Light. This is a spell with infinite duration you can put on the party member that will heal them automatically for a small amount of your healing done. Beacon of Faith is the same thing, but a little weaker. But this means if you heal one person, you technically heal 3 at the same time as some sort of cleave healing. To make this unique mechanic even more potent, we got the Apex talent called Beacon of the Savior, and this one is pretty much the same thing but way stronger. This beacon, however, can also be put on any other beacon targets for extra spot healing. The best perk, however, is that these beacons also trigger your Mastery. Now, your Mastery heavily increases your healing output depending on the proximity to the targets you're healing. The closer the target, the more healing they receive from you. Every target affected by Beacon of Light and Faith technically are the epicenter of your Mastery, meaning they will receive the full value regardless of their position. This also counts for other players, meaning that non-affected party members that are standing close to a beacon target also get increased value of the healing. What I figured is that the smartest thing to do is to put the beacons on ranged players because you will spend most of your days in melee anyways, while favoring the ranged players that lack defensive cooldowns so you can top them a lot quicker. Demon Hunters, Boomkins and Shamans are usually my go-to first picks. When it comes to the hero talents, both are absolutely viable. And while Lightsmith grants an active spell with actual gameplay input, I went with Herald of the Sun all day. Both have their strengths, but with the recent buffs to Eternal Flame, a lot of people now go with Herald over Lightsmith from what I can tell. I heard that Lightsmith was better in the past and you guys recommended it to me, but with the recent changes it looks like it changed. But I don't really know, maybe they're just testing, I have no idea. I do know that I played Herald because it was more clear to me. Using Divine Toll, which is our 30-second soft heal CD, is massive with Herald because it provides a lot of extra healing and also guarantees a proc of Divine Purpose on use. For a 30-second cooldown, this has to be the most insane healing cooldown I've used. Even 1 minute Druid Convo can suck a fat one compared to this. Now, one last thing to mention is that I refuse to use Mouseover macros, and the reason is simple. I'm old. They have failed me in the past, so I never got used to it. And you don't need them to heal. There's no way. Do they make some things faster? Sure, but not really, because it's not like you spend a global clicking a player. You can click on a target, cast your heal, and then already while the cast is going on, click on the next target to weave in an instant spell like Holy Shock. It's not that deep. Though one thing I will tell you would highly benefit your gameplay, make a Mouseover for Judgement. That way you don't need to swap between hostile and friendly targets all the time. I put a macro down below for you just to copy out and use whenever you like it. Now let me be completely honest here. I absolutely love Holy Paladin. I really do. It's everything I want from a healer. Direct heals without any need to rely on HOTS or heal somebody over a course of 18 minutes. You apply a Holy Light, the target is full. Eternal Flame, which is your Wall of Glory with Herald, target is full. Flash of Light with Infusion of Light, target full. Not to mention all the insane tools you got for yourself or your party to constantly reduce damage taken for so much. No other healer can even fathom this stuff. Blessing of Sacrifice to help with damage intake. Blessing of Freedom to help with movement issues, which include the Dispel affix and nasty spells like the Chains and the early Seed Pulse, or the double Frost Dot in Pit of Sauron. You got Blessing of Protection in case somebody rips aggro on pull or suffers a nasty bleed they should have avoided. Then there's Lay on Hands as your "Oh Holy Lord Jesus help me" button. Man, Aura Mastery paired with Devotion Aura for a flat 12% damage reduction for the entire party. And you got a Combat Res. And an immunity to clear nasty traps for your party or to potentially save pulls when mass CC from an enemy would potentially wipe you. And the big Paladin staple cooldown in Wings, which is the most insane increase in HPS or DPS you could ever dream of. I'm telling you, Holy Paladin is the real deal, and since starting this series they got buffed twice. The most recent changes didn't even affect me because I recorded this before the reset. But it's still more healing, especially for Herald. Now with that being said, is it a beginner friendly spec compared to others? Maybe not. Is it difficult? Absolutely not. Due to it being so straightforward. It's just direct healing, there's nothing hidden there. It's not a meta healer, I guess, but I much rather trust the mediocre Paladin over a good Evoker, because as a Paladin, you simply have so many answers for misplays. Now with me having to record a session of a lifetime, simply sailing through 12s and even 13s, my original call of healers have it easy is kinda proven to me. Sort of. I mentioned that healers simply live and breathe at the mercy of their teammates, and if they want to make your gameplay experience hell, they will and they can. But if you have people that simply play the game, and dare I say it, aren't suicidal, you merely do the minimum job of keeping your party alive with the very basic maintenance healing. No stress and no panic. Because after all, the game is kinda scripted. Simply paying attention to when big damage is coming so you can answer it with Divine Toll or even Wings if you need to. It's usually just players that are the variable. In some situations I even got bored and tried to muscle through party damage without using any cooldowns, and it's absolutely doable. Which begs the question. With achieving 3k rating and Blizzard artificially creating a new achievement due to their horrible key scaling, will I extend this series for 3.4k? Will I surpass myself, learn how to Mouseover, potentially lightsmithing towards a glory I've never reached before? Absolutely.
Oh, let's go! That's class!
Not. You kidding? The Keystone Myth achievement is the dumbest thing they ever put into the game. And I'm talking about the same game that gives you an achievement for dying from fall damage and dipping your fishing rod into water for one time. Granted, I don't mind the achievement much in terms of goals, because I do think with them adding even more player power way too fast in the future, it's something way too many people will achieve. But the rewards are so disgustingly dog shit. I have never seen anything like this. Look at this crap. Like, really? You gotta make me go beyond my limits for a recolored ass mount I have never used once and I even tried to delete in the war within? Or even simply KSM mounts that needed 2k rating in the past? Like, really? And you already know that with them adding multiple recolors at once, and you being only able to get one per season, that they are not adding anytime soon to this vendor. Are they actually betting on them collector FOMO players to feel the need to play plus 60 keys just because of this? Nah man, I'm out. You can take the achievement and pull it into the drawer next to you all got phones, right? Lazy shit idea, Blizzard. Really, really lazy. On that note, oh yeah! Big damage, baby!